Well,
We can talk trash.
we can talk trash. What's going on with the trash?
May 28th is the next pickup by the Scouts.
Oh, okay. That's here in a couple weeks.
Yes. So if you have stuff that you need to have hauled off, and that really doesn't mean that you cut 3 trees down and you have a pile of limbs that, are going to fill 4 trailers. But if you have stuff that you need to have hauled off and you have absolutely no way of doing so, please call me and I'll get you on the list. If they don't get you picked up on the 28th, there is June 4 and June 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. And also by then I will have kids working for me, and
In
we
addition
will
to
be
the
out.
Scouts, too,
Yes,
right?
we will be out, and we can certainly help if they don't get everybody. Because, lots of times what people call me and say, I have 2 or 3 little things and, it's a trailer full.
Right.
Well, just tell me what you really have, and then we can make arrangements to get a trailer to you, or 2 pickups, or whatever it's going to take. So, it's a great plan. There's no charge to you. HF Sinclair, Holly Frontier partnered and is a big promoter of this cleanup. And most of the time when the Scouts are doing that, we also have traveling dumpsters out there. Well, we're still waiting for our roll-offs to get here and get that set up. So hopefully we will have those this year, because last year there weren't any available. And I thought, really?
Yeah.
How could they be so popular?
That's right.
I mean, everybody was out of roll-offs.
Amazing.
People were using them. So great moneymaker. If anybody has an idea of what to do, buy a bunch of roll-offs and rent them out, because, you'll make a killing off of them, because people need these things, especially construction or, cleanups or anything else. But
you mentioned about the tree limbs and everything, and I chuckled because I got home the other day and I noticed in the alleyway by my back fence there were a couple of tumbleweed-type weeds that had blown up against the fence in the back alley. And I thought, well, I'll walk back there and pick them up. And they're just 2 little, shrubs, little teeny tiny little branches of things, weeds, whatever. And I picked them up and I go over to the dumpster, and somebody had cut down a tree or a shrub or a bush or whatever, and the entire dumpster was full with all the cut branches.
Yeah.
But it was all cut that it fit in the dumpster, so that was a good thing.
Sticking out. Yeah, because lots of times I'll cut a couple of limbs. Of course, I obviously can't reach the pecan tree, so my desert willow or whatever are tiny, but still I chop them up. If you cut them with a limb lopper, obviously they're pretty small.
Yeah.
And I get them in there, and by then there's nothing left, because they've made a tiny little pile in the bottom of the dumpster instead of just sticking out everywhere where they interfere with the neighbors wanting to put stuff in there as well. So, you can get it in there. If it fits, you can put it in there.
Yeah. And in this case,
flatten your boxes.
They
you
were
can
all
get them in there,
Yeah.
Most annoying thing I see driving around is these boxes sticking out of dumpsters. And I'm thinking, really, people? All you have to do is take a box cutter or scissors or whatever, or just hit it and pop the tape, flatten it. It takes up 0 space.
A whole lot less than it is opened up. Well, there's a couple of mattresses still floating around out there.
Oh, yeah, the alleys right now are deplorable.
And that's the other thing, folks. And I know if you're probably not listening to this segment if you've done this with a mattress.
Yeah, don't.
So can you get to the people that have done this? The transfer station in Artesia, if you're a resident, if you're just an individual resident, you rent, live, own property or whatever, your house.
Yeah.
They want stuff brought out to the transfer station.
Yes.
The old grills, the mattresses or whatever. So if you got it out to the alley, get it in the back of a pickup truck and just take it out to the transfer station, and they'll be glad to take it off your hands.
Most everybody knows somebody with a pickup. I mean, stop and think about it. I know a lot
around
of
here they do,
yeah, because this is pickup country.
That's
trust
right.
me. Surely you can find somebody that say, hey, will you help me out for 20 minutes Can I put this in the back? Will you help me? Mattresses are awkward. Let's face it, there's no handles.
That's right.
They're a pain in the ever-loving to try to pick up and move or anything else. So
That's right.
they are really 2 people or 3 people, depending on how big 4 if you got a king-size mattress.
That's right, yeah.
Awkward factor, yes. So get some help, haul it out there. And if the wind is blowing, tie it down, put a bungee over it or something. Believe me, or they will get sucked out of the back of a truck, and that's how you see them along the bar ditch sometimes.
That's right.
Yes.
So whether it's mattresses, whether it's tree limbs, whether it's old appliances, whether it's your old grill that you replaced or your patio furniture, whatever that is,
there's a place for it out there.
There's a place for it out there at the transfer station.
You can take your old paint and leave it right there at the front. Your used oil, there's a place for that. Because paint you're not supposed to throw in a dumpster.
Right.
If you have an old piece of carpet or a whole bunch of cardboard, paint it. When it's dry, then you can throw it away. Do not ask me the logic in this, but that's the way it is. So, or take it out there, and they will paint cardboard and carpet and then throw it away. But it's not supposed to go in the landfill. Carlsbad usually does a household hazardous waste collection in the spring and in the fall when they do Great American Cleanup and their Toss No Mas. They will take your used paint. I have 3 cans of stain that I need to get rid of, and I'm sitting here trying to figure out, well, it's not paint, but yet I can't throw it. And you don't dump it on the ground. That's a no-no.
Right.
So it's been sitting there for 3 years now with me trying to figure out what to do with it. Of course, it's where I don't see it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think about it every day.
Right.
But, yeah, so I'm sure I could take it out there and they'll deal with it for me.
That's right.
So, but, they're little quart cans, and I just don't think about it every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not supposed to be thrown in the dumpster. If you have a can and it's dried up in the can, okay, fine, throw it away.
Right.
But there are proper ways to dispose of some of these things.
These are all things because people are cleaning up, hopefully.
Oh, God, I hope they are.
And picking up, and they said, okay, we're going to repurpose this into another room or whatever. Let's clean it out, or maybe somebody's moved out, or you've acquired something that that the previous people just left.
Yes. Wouldn't you love to be one of those that would find treasures? I was reading an article yesterday, and there was a vase. When they cost this much, they're vases, not vases. And it was from the 1700s. Oh my.
A 1700s vase?
Yeah, and it had been in this guy's kitchen for a long time. They bought it somewhere, and they just, the son ended up with it, and then there it sat, and it was from some dynasty, or maybe it was even older than that. But yeah, it was only worth, mega bucks. They finally figured out. So yeah, wouldn't it be cool to move into somewhere and, you find the painting, like the couple that found it in the attic after so long, a house. It was worth $136 million.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
We didn't have that kind of luck. When Mike and Kim moved into their condo in Roswell, there was a grandfather clock.
Oh, yes.
In the entryway.
Uh-huh.
And they called up the seller and said, hey, you got everything out of here except the grandfather clock. And they said, well, that's not our grandfather clock. It was there when we moved in. And we never could get it working, and so we just left it there. It's yours. Well, it's just a plain old grandfather clock. There's nothing fancier about it. So we got it. And that's the grandfather clock that's in the hallway here at the radio station. And I did have to buy a new movement for it to get it working again. But that grandfather clock that's in the hallway was a left behind when Mike and Kim moved into their condo.
That's one of those things, you can't throw it away, but you don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
And so you just leave it in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the story on it. Now, how it got there, or how long it was there, or how many different people lived in the condo, just left it there, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Didn't have any little notes taped on the inside of who had owned it.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
No secret panels, nothing.
I looked all through that thing. I was looking for money. I was looking for weapons. I was looking for anything to indicate why would they leave that here.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of just getting rid of it. And
well, I haven't found a dang thing in my house. house.
Yeah.
No secret rooms, no secret panels, no, hidden compartments, nothing.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be
Uh,
awesome if you did, though?
Even if it's an old coin,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be great.
That would
but
be great.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I guess there's too many people that have lived there in
Yeah.
a sense that if there was anything there, the 3 other people before me would have found something.
Well, let me ask you this. This is an interesting story. This is Tropicana fruit juice. You know what Tropicana
Sure,
fruit juice
yeah,
is? Okay. They are introducing a new cereal that's made specifically for orange juice.
Wait a minute. You're supposed to, instead of milk, you pour orange juice? Okay. Well, I'm not sure about that.
It's called Tropicana Crunch.
Okay.
A crispy honey almond cereal. It is available now. It started being distributed on National Orange Juice Day, which was May 4th. And the website says, prepare your mind and cereal bowl for an unforgettable breakfast experience.
Yeah, well, it's either going to be really good or you're going to go, oh my God, what is this?
The cereal box features a smiling orange holding a spoon and orange juice being poured into a bowl of almond cereal. Comes with a paper straw. Tropicana admits the combination of cereal and orange juice might not be for everyone, but says it's worth a try. Whether you hate it or love it, you won't know it until you try it.
Yeah.
And may not be for everyone, but it could be for you. So they don't know if it's going to be limited or if it's going to be here to stay.
Well, I guess that depends on how fast the boxes fly off the shelves.
Yeah. Apparently, last November, they unveiled a limited edition toothpaste that tasted like orange juice.
Ooh.
Brushing your teeth. But that was limited edition, so.
No. No, I can't get there from here.
So you don't want to try the Tropicana Crunch cereal with orange juice on it.
Well, I was referring more to the toothpaste. I mean, you want that minty, cleaner orange juice. You still feel like, I would think, you need to brush your teeth or something. Yeah, no. Don't mess with things. Back to where if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Fix it, that's
Please, just leave things alone.
Oh, my gosh. So, I don't know. I saw that story, and I thought, well, that's just silly.
Somebody stayed up all night long to think of that one.
I don't think so.
Oh. Or what were they under the influence of?
Is Tropicana based in a state where marijuana is legal? Because maybe they were
I don't know.
something.
It could be everywhere now, you know. So.
Or maybe it was a college kid that, had been up all night and they got up in the morning and they looked in the...
They're out of milk and they had orange juice and, hey, let's just throw this on there and see what happens.
Yeah. And so then they tell their dad or mom who works at Tropicana and says, I need to borrow some money. Why? Because I had to put orange juice on my cereal. And then they thought, I wonder if that's the next million-selling idea.
Well... All right, but I don't know about this. If somebody had some, I might try it, but I'm not going to go buy orange juice and cereal just so I can concoct this.
Well, it's kind of like a lot of things. I can't drink orange juice because it's too acidic for me, orange juice, or even carbonated beverages in the morning because it upsets my stomach. But there may be somebody out there that likes that. But there's been a number of things that people have introduced. Like, you remember one of the pizza places had the pizza with the fake meat on it. Did you ever try that?
No,
I
don't even remember
the fake meat
that.
pizza. And
no.
Lana bought one just
because
let's try it and see what it tastes like. I didn't think it was horrible.
Okay.
It wasn't like knock your socks off. Hey, this is
really good.
Really good. I'm convinced I'm never going to eat meat again. I'm going to eat this. It wasn't that. Mm-hmm. Besides, it'd be pretty hard to convince me not to eat meat. I'm a fan of meat, but I had a couple pieces of it, and I thought, well, this isn't the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life.
If you were starving to death, it'd be just fine.
Yeah, Lana didn't like it. I said, "Is there any of that pizza left?" No, I got rid of it. It was bad. So.
The dog ate it.
Yeah. I've yet to try any of the Impossible meat sandwiches, the breakfast sandwiches that you have. There's different places around town that have had those.
Well, a friend of mine told me she bought a pizza the other day that was one of those cauliflower
Okay.
crust things, and apparently one bite was taken, and the garbage can was the recipient of the rest of it. So must not have been too hot.
Yeah.
And I know there are people that like them and buy them all the time, but friend did not care for it whatsoever. And I can't imagine, cauliflower really doesn't have much of a taste.
Yeah, I'm trying
You
to
know?
I'm trying to think why that would be better for you than just plain old. I mean, maybe you're not lactose intolerant. Maybe you've got a
Gluten or
gluten
something.
issue or something like that. I understand for folks that have that issue, they have to be very careful. But
Yeah.
but for
I
the
see 'em
general
in the
public,
I see them in the packages there, at the grocery store, and a cauliflower this and that and the other for crusts, and it
I don't know.
tells you, and it's like, yeah, well,
See, I thought for those types of things, that's what tofu was invented for. Because tofu by itself has no flavor.
well, how fun is that to eat?
Well, but you flavor it
Oh,
with whatever it is that you,
okay.
and then it kind of occupies space. And going down has a taste that resembles whatever it is that you.
Okay, and the benefit of this is,
Well, it's a plant-based
yeah, okay,
item, I believe.
all righty.
So, but I.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't think I've ever had any, and I don't have any, burning desire to rush
Yeah.
out and try it. Ooh, this is what I'm going to have for lunch today, tofu. Okay,
Yeah, 'cause
sure.
I'll see those impossible meat or fake meat
Right.
things on the menu,
Right.
and I'm going, and I keep the thought goes through my mind. One of these days, I'm going to try one of those, and then I just sit there and pause for a second until that feeling goes away, and then I go ahead and order what I would normally get,
do.
sausage or bacon or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know, but the orange juice on the cereal. When did we decide that milk is what goes on cereal? When did that happen? Who
I have
was
no
the first
idea.
to
I guess
discover
you'll
that?
have to figure that out. I'm sure there's a story behind there somewhere on the internet that we could learn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, when did that happen? And the straw,
are you supposed to suck up your cereal?
okay. How many times have you poured milk on the cereal? You eat all the cereal
You
and
have
there's
leftover
still
milk.
milk.
That's when you just tilt the dish and,
Well,
suck
okay.
it down.
Are you a slurper or a
Well,
spooner?
they did make bowls for a while that had a built-in straw on the side.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
I think that was for kids, so they
Okay.
would, dump it in their face if they had leftover milk. Then you could just suck it out of the bottom.
But if you had a straw,
yeah.
and then you could just suck up the milk with the cereal crumbles in it.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime,
I don't know. Where do these things come from?
I don't know. Like I said, somebody has a brain fart in the middle of the night and comes up with a cool idea.
Because the one thing on the Tropicana story, they said it comes with a straw.
Yes, I
thought,
you said that. Yeah, I remember.
Well, but then again, straws are evil. Remember, plastic straws are bad.
But didn't it say paper straw?
Did it say paper straw? Let me
Yeah.
look and see if it said paper straw. Because you're probably right.
Well, in the meantime,
The cereal box features a smiling orange holding a spoon and orange juice being poured into a bowl of almond cereal and comes with a paper straw.
See?
So it did come with a
I'm
paper
not
straw.
totally losing my mind. I at least remembered that much. The other thing people need to remember, though,
Yes.
along with now, is while you're doing this cleanup mess, if you come across dead electronics or things,
Set those aside.
parts, cameras, record players, mice, keyboards, yeah. June 17 and 18, we will be at the food court having an e-waste collection.
That's right.
E stands for electronic. So we want
You
all
may be
this
getting
stuff.
this.
This big console thing in here, yeah. But we need all your electronics. Freight is going to cost me out the wazoo, an arm and a leg, and quart of blood and firstborn child this year because it is so expensive.
Well, I'll
So
tell you what I
take
do.
advantage.
If I do bring this to you to dispose of, which is most likely where it's going to go, I'm going to pull all these light bulbs and those fuses because these light bulbs are like $10 a pop.
Oh, you're going to strip this thing and save all the goodies.
There's 20
Wow.
$10 bulbs in here.
Oh my gosh.
So that would be worth more than the board.
Yes.
The light bulbs are worth more than
than
the
$200
board.
bucks worth of light bulbs. I think you should
I
save
just discovered the value of this console.
But in the meantime, yes, keep that in mind and start, gathering up your e-waste. It does not belong in a landfill.
That's right.
You don't need to take it to the transfer station. That really is a no-no. And years ago, they used to be able to save all this stuff out there. If somebody brought it in, they'd just pull it and put it in a dumpster out there. And then somebody from the state decided, oh no, you can't save this. It's a fire hazard. No, it isn't. It's not going to ignite by itself. There's nothing in it. The only thing it's going to do is collect dirt and roaches.
That's right.
So, yeah, because sometimes they would bring us up to 16 dumpsters full of electronics. They were disgusting, nasty, because they'd sit there for a year. Old dumpsters with no lids is going to collect stuff. But don't take them out there. They
That's
don't
right.
belong in the landfill.
Right.
Just, when I told you to kick it in the back of the closet until next year is here now.
Coming up.
So drag it back out of the closet
We're a
and
little
bring
over
it to
a month
us.
away. So.
Yeah, even if you have old telephones, stuff like that, old cameras, old cell phones, record players, cameras, radios, bring them.
Yep.
Now, I don't want your microwave. I don't want the vacuum cleaner. I don't want the electric mixer or your curling iron. And believe it or not, we get those things. Those are appliances, not an electronic. So please put those in your dumpster.
That's right.
Yes, but think about that. So you've got two things to do. You need to remember we've got the cleanup on the 28th, June 4 and June 11. And e-waste is coming in June. So think of all these things as you're cleaning out that shed and the garage and under the bed and the back of the closet and, your office at home or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Just think of Linda when you see a dead mouse from the computer.
preferably not the four-legged kind. Yes.
right.
Just bring it to us and we'll be glad to dispose of it properly for you. So you may call for cleanups at 575-513-0143. And if you can't remember that, call the office. It's in the phone book, 748-31.
The what?
Watch it. 748-3192. Yes, there are people that still use phone books. They're handy.
Hey, Siri. What's the phone number for Artesia Clean and Beautiful?
You and your electronics.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Oh, come on. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's the phone number for Artesia Clean and Beautiful?
Linda Stevens' phone number is 1.
Well, that's your cell number. it brought up your phone number because you're
Okay.
in my phone as Artesia Clean and Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, there
so
you go.
don't be like me and have Linda's number in your phone. If you don't have Linda's number in your phone, it would bring you to the website. All right,
Yes.
gotta go. But
All righty.
have a good weekend.
Have a good ball game.